Need my shovel. Down here at the end of the Willamette raspberries, we have a couple of feet, and the raspberries are just barely transplanted and they look really bad, and it's going to be 80 and 90 degrees, but some will survive and some won't, and those that spread we can maybe bring out and plant better next year. But for now, that's what it looks like. And because there's a dead space right here, I put a big tomato cage right here. I can barely reach around it, and we're going to fill the tomato cage with cucumbers. They can grow right up the cage. I've got room for 5 or 6 around here. These are called burpless number 26 cucumber from the nursery. I can break those apart. Just break the little 3-pack apart. Take enough roots and dig a hole down next to the drip line. Plant them plenty deep so we don't disturb those roots too badly. And let's see, there's only 2 on that one, so we go 5 plants. I'm gonna put one right here. Make sure they stand up nicely so the leaves don't sit on the ground, because the leaves will rot if they get wet and sit on the ground. We'll put one right here in the middle. On the back. As the plants grow, we'll weave them in and out, and we can pick cucumbers off of that's almost 6 feet tall. I'm 6 feet, and that's not quite 6 feet, so it must be a 5-foot cage. This is 6 feet. So the cucumbers can grow up, and then we'll come over and back down and just kind of keep them pruned so they don't get too obnoxiously big. Let's break those 2 apart. There's plenty of roots on one side and the next to handle the transplant. As long as we keep the roots nice and wet, don't disturb them. Just instantly put them in the ground. We'll turn that the other way toward the trellis. There we go. We'll put one on this side next to the drip tape. I can hear rocks up against the drip tape, or up against the trellis like that. Now there might be some stress because of transplanting, but we'll see if 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cucumbers do well, and we'll plant them right there and use up a space that otherwise wouldn't do much probably this year. These raspberries might come out of transplant shock, but it's pretty warm, and we transplanted them late, and we had lots going on, so we went ahead and did the transplant because I sure didn't want them where they were. But some will die and some will live, and those that live will maybe transplant on out and fill this row in next year. If we like the raspberry, because I never really paid any attention to the Willamette raspberry before, and this is a Willamette raspberry.